Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Father Manny, and thank you for giving me time to talk to your group. Keisha Camille Cruz contacted me for this purpose and supplied me with some guide questions to talk about. So let me go at once to the first question. What do I do in life? I am a Catholic missionary priest. He was ordained on April 1st, 1978, so that makes me almost 43 years a priest by April. Roughly the number of years in my places of assignment are the following. I was 13 years in Nigeria, West Africa, then followed by 14 years in seminary work here in the Philippines, then 12 years in Los Angeles, California, and then the past 2 years in Texas. I came home last January 2020 in order to get some refresher courses here in the Philippines. You know, after a number of years, we go back and take some studies, but at that time I was caught down by the lockdown. So until now, I am waiting until things clear up a bit. And afterwards, I am looking forward to go to Mexico when things would, like I said, normalize again. Let me go to the second question. When you were the same age as ours, what did you want to pursue? So what did I want to pursue when I was your age? Well, let me answer this question in a roundabout way. I entered seminary at a very, very young age, first year high school. So I was around like 13 or 14 years old. It was called minor seminary. You know, at that time, meaning in the early 1960s, the church believed, the Catholic Church believed, in training priests at a very young age and then undergo a long number of years to pursue the training. So it was like 4 years of high school, followed by 4 years of college, and then 1 year of what was called spiritual year, no classes, and then 4 years of theology. That's a total of 13 years. So I was ordained at age 25. One can say, therefore, that I had always wanted to be a priest, and thank God I made it. I dreamed until my dream became true. So it was a dream of 13 years or more. Now the third question that I have here is, does it correlate with your current profession? Tell us why. Does it correlate with my current profession? Well, let me tell you this. By it, does it correlate? By it, I take it to mean what I wanted to pursue. Meaning, did my dream correlate with my present profession? Oh yes, fortunately. I'd always dreamed to be in priestly service, and my dream came true. Truth to tell, others also did. Meaning, A good number enter the training, but not too many end up as priests. A very long training is needed, especially if one becomes a missionary. You know, there are different religious orders like Jesuits, Dominicans, Recollectos, Augustinians, and so on. But in the religious order that I entered, it was a missionary order. When someone is ordained a priest, after that long number of years, 13 or 14, like I told you, we were sent abroad to far places where the church was not yet very well known, or where the church is very new. And I was sent to Nigeria, West Africa, and Nigeria is a predominantly Muslim country. So it was compulsory for us, first of all, to learn the language, and then to learn the culture too of the peoples, in order to communicate well with them effectively, because where will you be without studying the language? They don't speak English, much less, of course, they don't speak our language. And so we also had to study a bit of Islam, since we were dealing with Muslims. The fourth question for me from you is, what was the process of your journey in finding your purpose? The process of my journey in finding my purpose in life? Well, as I said, the number of years of seminary training is admittedly long and somewhat a tiring process. 13 or 14 years in that seminary. We were something like 35 in number when we started. And you know how many of us were ordained, how many of us we were when we finished? There were only 7 when we were ordained priests. See, the dropout was very high. When classmates and close friends leave the seminary, that was a real test of your faithfulness. Because, as you know, it's a bit sad to lose friends with whom you spent several years together. But the thing is, are you there for your friends, or are you there for your dream, for your personal call? And of course, you believe that the call is from God. But here's the thing too. There are always priests and mentors assigned to guide you, to give talks or conferences about the future, about your life as a priest, and also individual talks one-on-one, intense follow-up of your motives, like the equivalent of guidance counselors. Tell them your difficulties, your issues, and your growth in your vocation. So every year, at the end of the year, you are called to the director's office in order to know the evaluation of the persons training you. You have supervisors, you have professors, you have spiritual directors. All of them, around 6 or 7, they have to give a positive evaluation of your performance. Or, sad to say, if they did not find your performance positive, they will say, well, sorry, maybe you are meant for another life. The next question is, kindly explain your purpose. How your purpose is also connected to your passion. How your purpose is connected to your passion. Purpose and passion are the keywords, I suppose. And I love those words. I take it to mean that a purpose-driven life is a life dedicated to pursuing your passion. For example, for me, I started out, like I said, dreaming to be a priest, 13, 14 years old, in high school. And then over the years, I tried everything to align myself with that purpose, not to forget the dream. I must acknowledge the help of those people like I enumerated, my family too, and my friends, who always had to remind me, yeah, you are pursuing that dream, are you okay, will you make it, and so on. They knew I wanted that kind of life, and they were very supportive of my dreams. They were supportive, they understood my passion to be somebody. So from my own side, I have to be passionate about that purpose. That intense desire of growing and wanting to be better every day and every time. And this passion can be seen in the way one communicates his or her purpose in life. You know, I can best probably describe it by using two opposing words or behavior. And those two words or two types of behavior, when people around me see it, then they would know the quality, they would know the intensity of my passion. Well, I have to use the Tagalog words because I see these two Tagalog words or Tagalog behavior able to communicate what I want to say. The first word is patay, patay. The second is patay na patay. Although they are spelled in the same way, those words mean totally opposite things. Patay patay is slow motion, no energy, no intensity, no aggressivity, no drive. You are just like rolling along easily, pagulong-gulong, no speed. Patay na patay is different. You are so full of desire to please and to make a good impression, first of all to yourself and to the others around you. For example, ordinarily, you can say, patay na patay ako sa shota ko. I would do anything to show I am in love. So hindi ako patay-patay. Patay na patay ako means I have to do something to prove that passion in me. Now as I look back at my life, every day was not all roses and not sunshine, but I had to do my best each time to fight against laziness and mediocrity, not just going through the motions of, until today, priestly work. I had to put my best in everything I did, even at times when I was not in the mood. Well, as one advert says it, just do it, and you will affect people with your passion. The other question is, what was one of the many things you are proud of in serving the community with your job? Of course, my job was a priest. Is there anything I can be proud of while I was doing my priestly work? I told you I was assigned in Nigeria in a very remote village. There was no electricity over there, and there was no flowing water from the pipes. We had to go to the river, or we have to ask some people to go to the river and take water. But of course, because it was very far, I had a car to help me so that I can move about. And as a foreigner priest, I also had contacts with co-Filipinos working over there. Because by the way, Nigeria is an oil country, a very rich country. And there were many, as they say, expatriates there, many foreigners because of the oil. Now those people are in the bigger cities, and we had some contacts with them. So in my dealings with those rich people, was able to get donations from them to purchase, let us say, medicines for several types of illnesses. The most common ones were malaria, dysentery. Although common, these were also very deadly. You know, malaria attacked infants very aggressively. At that time, in the villages, the statistics were something like the infant mortality was 40%. 40% of children die before they reach the age of 5, meaning out of 100 babies, 40 die before they reach the age of 5. That's a very, very high mortality. So when I go and say masses in the villages, aside from the hosts and the wine to say mass, I also bring a lot of medicines. And that saved some babies, at least. And when the cases were a bit more serious, I was able to bring them to the hospital. So those are not very big things, but I can be proud of them because they were saving lives. Your last question is the following. Any tips or advice you can give to the audience, to you? You know, life is giving service. It seems obvious, but that's the secret of happiness too. That's my advice if you're asking for it. The bottom line is, in the end, it is not your being famous, being rich that makes you happy. It is by the way you serve people. And because I'm a priest, I can talk of service in the church. In the church, there is not only one type of service, and there is not only one vocation in the church. Sometimes it's a pity that some people say, you know, you priests are very good, you are holy, religious too, you have a vocation. The rest, we are just humble people, we have profession. Let me correct this mentality and this terminology. God calls everyone to serve the needs, not only of the church, but of the world. And the needs are so many. We need parents, good parents. We need good teachers. We need all kinds of professionals. Name them all if you can. And God has given us talents. God has given intelligence to each and every one. And God expects that you use those to serve the community. And the more talents we have, the better the service. And knowing even that our God does not exclude anyone, He will even demand that we serve those who do not look like us, those who do not speak the same language as we do, those who dress up differently than the way we dress up, even those who do not worship God the way we do. So we are not speaking here about calculated service, minimalistic service. What do I mean by calculated, minimalistic? Tama na to. Okay na. I still have other things to do. I have other people to think about. No. You strive for excellence. You strive for the best that you can do to serve. Because, you know what? Sometimes only you can do that kind of service. If you are not there, who will do it? There is a very lovely scripture passage which says, God so loved the world that He gave His very best. When you love, you give your very best, your full-hearted service, not half-hearted. And in serving people, we are not left on our own. We have examples all around us. People whose hearts are open to others. Some of them living, some of them have lived earlier. There are very outstanding persons who have shown us the way. The one immediately who comes to mind is Mother Teresa of Calcutta. She was not rich, but she was there every day. Sometimes when she was asked, with all the things that you think you will solve all the problems of the world? You think you can help all people? She said, I am not there to solve all the problems. I am there to be faithful. And she went serving people, Hindus, Buddhists, Christians, no choosing of who to receive her service. I guess the best tip is look around you. How can you make this world a better place? World does not mean the whole planet. No, you can't do that. It means your neighborhood, your workplace, your home, your neighborhood, your school, etc. Because a quotation says it so well, you bloom where you are planted. So I think that's all. Thank you very much.